Hi, second graders. Today we are going to continue our read of Kittens in the Kitchen. Today is dance party day for Spirit Day. So I have, can you see it? Dance. Yeah, dance. I have my dance screen here for you. And we actually did a little dancing this morning, all the collegiate leaders this morning. We did the electric slide at 8 o'clock this morning, virtually. And Ms. Tin and Ms. Reed led us in the electric slide. It was a lot of fun. I hope you did a little dance today and had some fun. And now we're going to read Kittens in the Kitchen. This has been a really good book, learning about, kittens and what they need, and also about the story of Mandy hoping to find a home for these kittens. We're beginning on page 45, chapter 4, Kittens in the Kitchen. Mandy decided that the best answer to her question was a great big yes. You have to think yes all the time, or life will get you down, she told herself. She and James would hand rear the kittens if necessary. So she set about finding homes for them with even more energy than before. She and James sped Walton and the little gang of kittens right after school. Then they rode their bikes back to Animal Ark. We're going to make more signs, Mandy announced. She led James upstairs and rummaged under her bed, looking for some neon pink poster board she'd stored there before Christmas. Then we'll be sure that every single person in Welford will read one. She liked to work in her room. It was an art gallery of animal posters. Horses and rabbits, dogs and cats stared down from her walls. Hardly an inch of wallpaper showed through. Just how Mandy liked it. Mandy and James knelt on the floor to cut out small rectangles of pink cardboard. They chose broad black felt tips and began designing their own signs. Where will we stick these? James wanted to know. Shh, I'm thinking, Mandy said. She wanted eye-catching words to draw people's attention. Finally, she wrote in big capital letters, Kittens in the Kitchen. Bring love into your life. Cats make cozy companions. Adopt a kitten. Call Welford 703-267. It was catchier than her grandfather's sign. She was pleased as she knelt back to judge the effect, while James finished his much more practical notice. Homes needed for 4 kittens. Remember, pets are for life. If interested, call Welford 703-267. I could put this one on your board in reception, he suggested. Mandy nodded. Good idea. Let's go down and ask Jean before she leaves for the day. She knew Jean liked to know exactly what went up on the bulletin board in reception. They went downstairs and through the house into Animal Ark. Jean had closed the appointment book and was searching for her car keys. She had been the receptionist for 5 years, and she was always losing her keys. Mandy knew all the places they were likely to be. She began helping Jean search. Here they are. Mandy lifted the blue book and handed the keys to Jean. Oh, silly me, Jean said, as she always did. She wore her glasses on a silver chain around her neck and still managed to forget where she put them. James tried not to smile. Can we put a Homes Wanted sign on your board, please? He said. Jean took the sign, looked for her glasses, found them hanging down around her neck, and read the words. That looks fine. Just find a space over there beside all the others, she said. Others? James looked at Mandy. They scrambled across to the board. In the bottom corner, there were at least 6 other Homes Wanted signs. James and Mandy's faces fell a little. Only 3 of them are for kittens, James said. 2 others were for puppies, 1 for a pony. Mandy counted up quickly. Yes, but that's 14 kittens needing homes altogether. 14 kittens in a tiny place the size of Welford. Come on, chop, chop, Jean said. She was busy locking cupboards, windows, drawers, and anything else that stood still. I want to shut up shop. They looked again at the signs, trying not to feel downhearted. Ours is the brightest one, James said, and it's in the best place. Mandy agreed. I have another idea. With the second bright pink card in her hand, they shot off ahead of Jean up the driveway and down into the village. It's Friday. Grandma will be playing badminton. They rode on past the post office and the general store toward the village hall. So, James overtook Mandy. His soccer training was coming in handy for stamina. They headed for the village hall, which was set back from the road next to the church. They have a women's club bulletin board in the entrance, Mandy reminded him. Right, James nodded and kept up the pace. Lots of kind-hearted ladies came to the village hall to do flower arranging and cake icing, besides the Friday evening badminton club. It was a great place for one of their signs. They almost bumped into Miss Davy from the old schoolhouse as she came out of the hall, racket in hand, and not a silver blue hair out of place. She turned and called in a shrill voice, Dorothy, one granddaughter. She smiled at them and continued on her way. Grandma emerged, red-faced and breathless. She wore a bright turquoise tracksuit. Mandy, she gave her a quick peck on the cheek. How nice, but it's 13-11, final game. I can only spare a second. Sorry, Grandma. Mandy held up her Kittens in the kitchen sign. Can we pin this on the bulletin board? Mrs. Hope squinted at it. Oh, the kittens. Yes, of course. Good idea. Bye, honey. And she dashed back to finish her game. Mandy opened the glass door of the bulletin board and made space between lists of flower arrangers for the church, dates of brownie meetings, and a charity drive. She pinned her sign firmly in the center, closed the door, stood back, and admired it. That should do it, James said. They were pleased with the evening's work as they finally said goodbye and headed home. All right, we're going to stop there, the top of page 50. Thank you so much, second graders. I hope you have a really good day. I hope you do a little dancing, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.